Okay, so CLNV may be prepping for something pretty interesting here. Let's go ahead and go over those details now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, this is ARCa coming at you with a CLNV technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this happy Friday. Good Friday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community and Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so yes, we're looking at CLNV on a daily chart here, and this is the falling wedge that we actually talked about just a few days ago, right? So very, very awesome volume coming in on this last daily read here. So that's about let's see, 1.382 million on this volume. The last candle was about 786,000. So very impressive volume coming in here, and also very impressive for the fact that we are within the 65% zone of the completion to the apex of this triangle here. So which is usually the area that's kind of looked at for a potential breakout from this formation, right? Another thing that we can actually do to define this breakout is actually the falling volume profile. So this is actually indicating that we are in fact within this formation as well. Okay, all right. So yes, we could be in line for a potential breakout soon. Okay, so I do have to talk to you about a couple things. Since we are getting this massive amount of volume traded, that means that we could be getting an increase in volatility. Okay, so now let's kind of go over this this chart here, because we were talking about the iterations from where we have actually faced some shakeouts, right, before price action actually makes a move, right? So for example, in this box here, we got a shakeout to the upside, right, and then the price action came all the way back down, and then it actually made that move to the upside, right? So in this particular scenario, we had a shakeout to the upside and the downside, right? So huge fake out to both ways, and then it came back and normalized again into a chop zone, right? So then we faced another break of market structure, right, and eventually made a shakeout again. And then in this particular situation, we balanced shakeout and then another huge upside right there, right? So now what we're looking at here is two shakeouts similar to the situations that have been happening like here and here, right? And also a couple other situations like here and here, right? So what we're looking at here is just another potential shakeout to the upside, shakeout to the downside. And, we saw this a couple days ago and said that there could be potential floor, right? And we could be making that upside move soon. Okay, so one thing that I would like to point out is actually the DMI indicator, which is actually a trending market indicator that tells us which side has the trending market, right? It would be bulls versus bears, of course. So anytime that the green line is above the red line, that means that the bulls are in control. And the ADX, which is the dotted white line, actually represents the trending market itself. So anytime that we are above the 25 percentile of the trending market, or the ADX indicator, which is right all the way up here, that would be a strong trending market to whoever is leading the way, bears or bulls, right? So very curious to see the bulls fall. I'm sorry, the bears fall, and then as the bulls are starting to lead the way, we're starting to get a curvature here from the ADX, right? So there could be that lead for the bulls pretty soon, right? So we don't know. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. There's no way I can tell you exactly when anything is going to happen. It's just a game of probabilities, right? So now I want to talk, since we are actually I'm sorry, let me just go ahead and touch down a couple things here, right? So since we are in the process of potentially expanding, which means that the moving average is starting to kind of pitch to the upside here, that means that we're kind of in a phase that we may start to expand beyond the 15 percentile, which is critical contraction from volatility, right? So as soon as we are above that 15 percentile, then very likely some moves can start happening to the upside, as long as stochastic momentum is favoring that upside, okay? So since volatility is direction neutral, and it looks like we're starting to get that uptick in momentum just now, so this is good. Okay, so since we are in a potential of increasing volatility, then I would have to point out something that we've looked at in the past, right? So this was actually a statistical backtest that I performed on the 3-day chart for CLNV throughout the entire trading history of it, which is this right here. These are all the samples gathered, right, for the for the backtest itself. And I noticed that in the 3-day time frame, there are 10 iterations, of which 7 were guessed correctly to the upside. And now, since the last time we actually did get that move to the upside, we did make, let's see, which is right over here, right? So we had critical expansion. So anytime, this is the context, okay? Anytime that we have expanded into critical expansion of volatility and started a contraction phase to the downside paired with momentum with an upside, I have taken note of every single iteration where that has happened and also where it hasn't happened. So described by the red vertical line, right, versus the green. So that's how we were able to see the probabilities within these backtests, right? So we got 10 out of 7. And that gave us a 70% accuracy with a massive 4,300% to the upside in a thrust, right, over the span of about 84 days. So the firing of the signal the last time actually got us, which was right over here, right? So we went into critical expansion here. Now I can actually start adding this. Right, so anytime that we go into critical expansion and start the contraction phase, so which could arguably be right about here, right? Oh yeah, perfect. So right at the candle that we were talking about the last time, right? So then we actually got this move from the opening of the candle at about 37 cents all the way up to about 12. I'm sorry, this 3 cents, right? So 3 cents as in 0.374. We went all the way up to about 12.78, almost 13 cents, right? So that move, even though we got a statistical mean of 4,300%, it is just an average. It's not actually it's not a certainty. It's just telling you that on average, the moves made based on critical expansion into contraction with stochastic momentum pivoted towards the upside. This is the average move. So it was a very fair move, actually. So from that firing of the signal, we actually did get a 240% move to the upside, which is definitely fair, right? So now, the reason why I'm mentioning this particular test again is because of the increasing volatility coming in. Okay, so that means that there could very well be a potential here where we can find ourselves expanding into that critical expansion zone again. And please notice here that even the stochastic momentum could still be suggesting a little bit of consolidation. Sorry about that, just a sec. A little bit of consolidation here. And in fact, a little more downside via the 3-day exponential moving average. So this is I don't want to encourage a downside. It's just what I'm saying is that it could be a very interesting setup here, seeing that the stochastic momentum still has some time to kind of regulate and balance out whatever it needs to balance out, right? So if that does happen while we're increasing in volatility, this means that we could actually expand all the way into that critical expansion zone within the 90 percentile, and then we would be primed for another 3-day run, right? So this would actually then encourage yet again another shot to the moon here, right? So, but please remember now that since we have actually guessed another move to the upside, then the statistics are probably going to go up a little higher. So this would probably be at like 70.8 or 71%. This would probably be 4,400 or something, and then this would probably come down just a little bit since the time frame from this opening to this closure here was it was pretty short. Actually, let's see how long it was. The average was 84 days. So let's see just how long it took. Oh, damn. All right. Well, not bad, right? So 71 days it took from the firing of the signal all the way to the top side of that to almost 13 cents. So, I mean, this was it was pretty good, right? It's going to be good on some cases. So just like I said, guys, these are not certainties. They're just probabilities, right? So I get a lot of hard time regarding that. Some fools in there posting like, oh, probably, maybe, potentially. Well, yeah, that's exactly what you do in the stock market. That's what it is. If you don't know how to trade, then that's why you have red bags, bro. So that's literally what it is. As soon as you start actually jumping into the pro fields, you'll start to understand that you have to see this game as a game of probabilities and not anything else. It's literally on my Twitter. It's like, it's the top freaking comment. I have it pinned there. Like, if you guys don't understand that I speak in probabilities, then I guess I don't know what to tell you, man. So continue losing. So this is just what it is. So if you are curious about understanding data and understanding the probabilities of this game, then continue listening, right? Because this is actual trading. This is real trading. This is not some game. All right, and this is mathematically backed. I don't care about anything else. That's just what it is, guys. The stock market is a game of probabilities. It's data. Okay, everything else is just fluff. So let's just go ahead and continue on our analysis here, and then we would potentially see that move that we're talking about, right? So definitely keep an eye on whatever the 3-day is doing, okay? Because I believe that the 3-day iteration closed just yesterday on Thursday. So whatever happened on Thursday may reflect into the momentum, the momentum pivot, and also into the volatility position, right? So, I mean, the 3-day iteration did kind of close very close to the previous day's close, right? So the previous 3-day iteration close. So if that's the case, then maybe not much change has happened here, and we could still gain the probability of continuing to build volatility for the next setup, right? But we can already see on the shorter time frames that there is a build of volatility happening, right? So this could be happening soonish, right? So now just take a look at the RSI though. So 30-minute immediate short-term time frame upside pivot here. We definitely have that 4-hour crossing above the 14-day simple moving average into the gravitational zone here. Yet again, pushing into the upside. Look at this right here. 8-hour time frame crossing that 14-day simple moving average in that it's entering that gravitational zone too with an upside pivot as well. The daily time frame looks like it's prepping for that upside cross from the 14-day simple as well. Okay, so now the upper term time frames like the bi-daily and the 5-day and the 3-day, they look like they're waiting for the influence from the shorter time frames. So another thing that we can actually see based on what's happening here and all the confluence to the upside signals, there could be something fundamentally happening. So just remember that I don't practice fundamental metrics whatsoever. I never look at fundamental metrics. I just look at the data. That's all I care about. All right, you guys, I don't care about the company. I care about retail within the company. So just know that whatever I'm looking at here could be indicative of something happening fundamentally within the stock. I'm only saying it this way so that you can go ahead and do your own DD and start looking into the potentials of whatever fundamentally could be happening within the asset. So then you'll have your edge. All right. So this is my edge, and I'm presenting it to you so that you can further sharpen yours. Okay. So please remember, first and foremost, okay, that I am not a financial advisor. The ArcMasters trading course, you guys, is still being being presented and available to a few more seats. Okay, so go ahead and refer to the links in the description below where you'll find the email there. Send me an email to get enrolled, and we'll go ahead and get you situated. It should be beginning in about the 3rd week of this month here, April. And yeah, we'll be covering everything from the very fundamentals of trading, the very, very essence of trading, all the way up to advanced topics and mathematical concepts. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, you guys, remember that I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be good. All right. So with that said, guys, I wish you a very good Good Friday and a great weekend. And I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Okay. Adios.